For me, it's not just TNT.
And once in your life, you just gotta stand up and dust yourself off and rise to the occasion.
It's time for people to realize that we don't have to do as they do to fight what they do. The corporate agenda is profit, it's money, at whatever cost. And I think people in the world are starting to realize that cost is too high. It's too high, and something needs to be done about it.
The Big Island of Hawaii, my home. I was moved today by speaking with the protectors of the Mauna Kea. What is the implications behind the movement that is a phenomenon happening right now?
It's something that the world has been waiting for a long time. It's something that every people around the globe, not only indigenous people, but people, as we've begun to realize how important our water is, and the food that we eat, and the environment around us, how fragile it really is. There was a time when, the military used to dispose of all of their bombs by just dumping them off the side of a barge in the water.
Besides us just being kicked to the curb for 200 years, you know what I mean? Our stand is now. We lose this, we lose our identity of who we are, being Hawaiian, being one Kanaka. I just feel that we, being Hawaiian, have to stand up already, and we gotta do what we gotta do to not just they've been walking all over us for our whole entire lives. And once in your life, you just gotta stand up and dust yourself off and rise to the occasion.
Yeah, United States occupation is that's just the dream they've been selling us for generations, but the kingdom never ceased to exist. So that's, I think, for me, one of the more compelling reasons, why I'm here personally, not just the mountain, but I feel like we have an opportunity now. We have the world stage, and for me personally, I'd like to hear more illegal occupation injected into these conversations on the access road. I'd like to hear more of that being fed to the media. I think that's important. I cannot see the US government standing by and letting us talk that talk for too long on camera. I think that there comes a point where if that's the conversation being had, I believe the US government would step in and say, you know what, you guys gotta bounce. These guys cannot be talking this kind of stuff,
I think from its inception to what's happening now to how it's just expanded, I think it's just a testament of the type of people the Hawaiians, the Kanaka Maoli is. They're willing to stand up and put resistance on what is going on our Mauna. And to be perfectly honest, it started with just a few individuals protesting until now, where you got thousands of individuals coming and actually standing with the resistance of putting this telescope up.
And we now realize what the ramifications of that are. I want to say, I think half the coral globally now is now bleached and dead. How does this affect the ecosystems around the world, and how does it affect us as a people? It's something that's been a long time coming, and the Kapu Aloha movement, it's time for people to realize that we don't have to do as they do to fight what they do. The corporate agenda is profit, it's money, you know, at whatever cost. And I think people in the world are starting to realize that cost is too high. It's too high, and something needs to be done about it. You know, so this is just all of that coming together, and the Kanaka people standing up along with people around the world right now, standing up for the planet. You know, it's not about us anymore. It's about our children, and what is the legacy that we're gonna leave to them. So the only question in my mind is, you know, have we gone too far? Is this the beginning of the end, or is it just a new beginning?
Like I said, I'm not an activist, right? I'm for TMT. Don't get me wrong, I'm for TMT. Our kids can benefit from TMT without a doubt, but not TMT on this mountain. Hey, Spain is willing to take them, go to Spain. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on. I mean, I mean, there's a lot of saying here, a lot of saying there. But the bottom line is, they're gonna hit our aquifer, right? That's our water line. She's our filter. Believe it or not, she filters the whole Hawaiian Islands. And for them to say like they cannot guarantee that nothing will go wrong, it's hard. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not against TMT, but just not on the Mauna.
I believe the kind. I'd like to think that it started when these guys came like thieves in the night, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, what is pono can be done by the light of day, but these guys felt the need to come while everyone was sleeping to break down the hale, yeah, to take down hale kuhio. And I think that was the beginning of an awakening, you know. I feel like there were probably a lot of people who were kind of on the line or, you know, on the bench, you know, that were activated when news of that spread through, you know, social media or however people are receiving it.
Well, I mean, within the last 30 days, I mean, thank goodness for social media. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what's been getting people down the mountain all their information, right? So it's been real good. But then again, come weekdays, the crowd gets smaller. Now school's starting, the crowd will get even smaller. So I mean, you'll definitely see who's definitely be here and who won't, right?
Kapu aloha is definitely not a new concept. Mahatma Gandhi spoke of kapu aloha as his people were being beat over the head with batons by British soldiers. But it was only in showing that love in aloha that they could expose that brutality for what it was. The Queen, at the time of the overthrow, showed kapu aloha. Kanaka Maoli easily could have overtaken the soldiers that were here. But she realized that violence begets violence. That wasn't the solution. And in her wisdom, in the political arena, she organized things so that the Hawaiian people could get their land back. And she made sure of that. And she was unbelievably wise. And her love for her people is why we're here today. So that's my take on kapu aloha. I cannot speak for everybody. There's nobody here that can speak for everybody. All decisions made here at the Pu'uhonua and here at the Kupuna tent here on the road here are made by, it's a compilation of mana'o. There's no one person that says this is the way it's gonna go down. So people have different ideas, but I would say it appears to me to be pretty unanimous that there will be no TMT. I mean, I don't know where the compromising would be. There will be no TMT. That's a fact. There may be some compromises to be arranged as to where the Kanaka are going to stay at this Pu'uhonua after it's all said and done. But to be honest with you, I don't think anybody's going anywhere. You know, so it's hard to say. This is the realm of Akua. This is a place that people never really lived in. But I do see Kanaka keeping a foothold here. You know, the royal order has operated in perpetuity since the time of the kingdom.
I think this is going to be something that's going to be written down in history as part of a global resistance that's going on right now. Whether it's here or New Zealand or Australia, or where you have sacred grounds being desecrated, or even thought of being put to use by corporations, or these military industrial complexes that are going out and finding these areas. But for me, I think this has gone to where this has now been a global awareness. And I'm so grateful that I'm living right now in this time period where I get to witness all what's going on, and this is great for me.
Seeing the presence here compels those 50-50s to come in, and curiosity, if it's just curiosity that gets you here, you know what I mean, to come and take in the spectacle, I think that's a beautiful thing and important, because I've seen people come here and get activated after several days of being here. I had that one day where they was going to try sneak up the mountain, and everybody went go lock arms, and my son came, and I was, David, no, this is not your time, go watch my stuff, make sure my tent's still okay. And this guy came up on me and was, Shane, if you're going today, I'm going with you. And I was, all right. So guys, I feel like the more this grew, the more it liberated others. I feel like it really liberated those who were otherwise on the bench, made them feel more compelled to be here, like I said, to see the support. There has to have come a point where everyone knows somebody who's up here. Everyone's got some family or friend who's up here, so it's hard not to be compelled, And then I really believe that if you understand what's happening here on the mountain, if you understand why we're here, not just, for me, it's not just TMT, like there are so much deeper issues than so much deeper issues than just the issue of TMT. Like realistically, we're living a lie. United States occupation is a kind, that's just the dream they've been selling us for generations, but the kingdom never ceased to exist.
You can kokua, if you can malama, do it. You don't do it for this guy or because of this call for it. You do it because it's the right thing to do. You do it because you're not always speaking to you, That's the beauty of it, bro. It's something I've never experienced in my life, and I've been here my whole life. But this is truly something that, I hope it's not something that I look back and remember as, hey, remember when that occurred? I hope it's something that I can look at with my grandchildren and say, I remember when True Aloha came back for everybody, you know, not just that select few ohana or those close friends that you have, but we have tourists from Wisconsin pulling in here and saying, wow, you know, how beautiful. That's it's the closest in my life in 47 years I felt pure aloha. And it's just a beautiful thing, you know. I'm not gonna cry on camera, but even if I shed a tear, I get my glasses. But it's really something that, you know, you can watch it on social media and you can feel inspired, but to be here in the midst of it is just, to be in the pico is what it feels like right now. It feels like we're in the pico. And that's just something I've never felt closer to the Aina, to the Mauna. And I know you guys can feel it too.
Besides us just being kicked to the curb for 200 years, you know what I mean? I mean, our stand is now. We lose this, we lose our identity of who we are, being Hawaiian, being one Kanaka. I just feel that we, being Hawaiian, have to stand up already, and we gotta do what we gotta do to not just they've been walking all over us for our whole entire lives. And once in your life, you just gotta stand up and dust yourself off and rise to the occasion. Like I said, I'm not an activist, right? I'm for TMT. Don't get me wrong, I'm for TMT. Our kids can benefit from TMT without a doubt, but not TMT on this mountain. Hey, Spain is willing to take them, go to Spain. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on. I mean, I mean, there's a lot of saying here, a lot of saying there. But the bottom line is, they're gonna hit our aquifer, right? That's our water line. She's our filter. Believe it or not, she filters the whole Hawaiian Islands. And for them to say like they cannot guarantee that nothing will go wrong, it's hard. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not against TMT, but just not on the Mauna. Oh, I mean, look around you. We ain't gonna go anywhere. We've been waiting our whole life. You think 2 years going to do any difference to us? We can wait out the whole 2 years. You know what I mean? And some of these Hawaiians, they're waiting on the land. They're not waiting on the list anymore. So take that for what it's worth, and we just gotta come to a compromise, which the compromise should be no TMT. Ahui ho, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, for me, illegal occupation, sovereignty, kingdom, yeah, all the way huli. I'm not interested in federal recognition, and I understand that that's not everyone's desire. I understand there are concerns there naturally. Of course, that would be change, and no one embraces change, you know, willingly. Yeah, so yeah, shit. I think it's a beautiful thing. I've been to a lot of rallies. I've been to a lot of marches, and in my life, I've never seen a resurgence that, you know, as what we're seeing now. I think this is this is definitely the biggest awakening there's been probably in the last 126 years. This is in a lot of ways the Renaissance.
There will be no TMT. I mean, I don't know where the compromising would be. There will be no TMT. That's a fact. There may be some compromises to be arranged as to where the Kanaka are going to stay at this Pu'uhonua after it's all said and done. But to be honest with you, I don't think anybody's going anywhere, you know. So it's hard to say. This is the realm of Akua. This is a place that people never really lived in. But I do see Kanaka keeping a foothold here. You know, the royal order he's operated in perpetuity since the time of the kingdom. And they have declared this a pu'uhonua. And it will stay a pu'uhonua.